My video is on the parent versus peer influence and what exactly affects a kid more as they go through life into an adulthood. We'll start with parents. Parents influence a kid's education, their career path, how seriously they take their own life. That affects their cooperation, how well they work together with other people. It affects their self-discipline because, if a kid sees their parents blowing their lid and losing their cool all the time, they're not going to have much control over themselves. It affects their responsibility, how responsible they are, how serious they take life. It affects how nice they are to other people because they see how their parents interact with each other. And it also has their interaction style with authority figures. If a parent tells a kid that they have to respect them, they'll respect other authority figures in their life. With the peers, they learn cooperation skills. They learn the path to popularity. It shows them, what do I have to do to be liked? It takes their choice of music and other recreational activities like football, baseball. What's the most popular sport? So they'll follow that sport, or they'll be more likely to be involved with that sport. It affects their choice of clothing and other cultural choices. What food do they like? What clothes do they wear? Aeropostale, Ralph Lauren, Ray-Bans. What's in the now. It affects their good and bad habits as they get older because they start being around people who have the good and bad habits from their own parents. And it's like always what they say: your friends define you. Whatever group you're hanging out with shows what kind of person you are. Personally, I believe family affects your sense of humor. It affects how you interact with other people. How do you grow up? What do you see as you go into these different groups at schools and whatnot? And I believe that books and TV shows also affect a person because you see you would start admiring celebrities. You start admiring the president, popular figures. So here's my questions. What do you believe is the largest influence on a person's personality, and why? I want to know your thoughts on it. Why do you think that peers affect their sense of humor the most? Why do you think it affects their sense of morals and their beliefs? And also their religious values? And my last question is, aside from myself, does anyone believe that games, books, movies affect a person's personality? Because how they talk about games such as Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty, desensitize kids to the real violence in the real world. And that's my video, and I want to know what your thoughts are on it as well.